You hear that? Holy moly.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Full Send SRT. My name is Caden, and today we're going to be talking about why the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT WK2 facelift is the absolute best SUV ever made and on sale today. But before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It really helps me out, guys, and let's get right into the video. So starting off in the #1 position, we just have the looks of the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT. As we take a look from the front, you can see just how aggressive this vehicle actually looks. It actually looks like a muscle car. We have the two massive hood vents right in the front. We have more bumper vents right here to allow more air to cool the engine, and then we have more vents at the very bottom with the front camera. We also have a built-in lip spoiler, which is a really nice feature. It looks really good. Up we have the fog lights, and then we have the U-shaped LED headlights. Now, as we make our way to the side of the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT, you can see this vehicle comes with factory black SRT rims. I think these are 19s. We also have the Brembo brakes and brake calipers, which really stop this 6,000-pound beast. It comes with the P0 Pirelli tires from the factory as well. A lot of people have different opinions on these tires. A lot of people hate them, but I personally think they're pretty good. Also, if you notice that my Jeep is a little bit lower than stock, that's because it is. I do have Mopar lowering springs. It lowers it about 3 to 4 inches, and it looks really good in my opinion. Now, as we move to the side, it kind of looks just like a regular Jeep Grand Cherokee. Kind of annoys me in a way that you're paying $90,000 for this vehicle, and it looks kind of similar to the ones that are 50, 60. But, you know, it's kind of a sleeper in the way if you don't know what it is. As we move to the back, you can see this vehicle is all blacked out. In 2018, all the WK2 facelift SRTs came blacked out from the factory. You can see we have the SRT badge blacked out right here. As we move down, you can see the tow hitch cover. It says SRT as well, and then we have dual exhaust. They sound pretty good as well. Take a listen. Now, if we take a look just above the license plate, you can see we have the reverse camera. It works really well. One of the best reverse cameras on a vehicle, in my opinion. Now, also, if you want, you can actually fit this vehicle with a roof rack as well. That's another reason why it is such a good daily driver. You can put a kayak on the top. You can put skis, a snowboard, literally whatever you want, you can throw on the top of this SRT. If we open up the trunk of the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT, you'll notice that we have lots of storage room in the back. You can throw, you know, hockey gear in the back, soccer gear, all your groceries, whatever you want, you can throw it right in the back. This vehicle comes with the Harman Kardon sound system as well. If we take this up, you can see we have the spare tire and a jack, and then a gas nozzle here. Comes with everything you need. So that is my #1 reason why this is the best daily driver. Let's hop in the vehicle and talk about #2. Now, the #2 reason why this is the absolute best daily driver on sale, I'm talking this is better than the GLE 63 AMG S, better than the X5M competition, better than the X, you know, whatever competition, why it's better than, I think, you know, the Ford Explorer ST, is because this is, for the price, the best vehicle on sale today. This vehicle retails for about $90,000 or about $74,000 US, brand new rate from the dealer. And when you're comparing it to these other vehicles, all these other vehicles almost cost double as much as this vehicle. I know the BMW X5 comps and X6 comps and GLEs, all those AMGs, are about $140,000 to $150,000. So this vehicle at about $90,000 Canadian is the perfect middle ground for the power and performance and the luxury of an SUV. Yes, I know Mercedes is the absolute king of vehicles. I know that the AMGs are engineered to perfection. Their interior quality is the absolute best, but when you're getting upwards of $150,000, probably out the door $170,000 with tax and everything, that's pretty much Lamborghini money, and I think is pretty ridiculous for an SUV. Now, if you can afford it, by all means, go out and get those vehicles, but for the average person like me and you, that's just out of our price range. And of course, if I had that kind of money, I think I'd buy a Lambo and maybe a lower level Grand Cherokee to drive in the winter. But if you have a place where it doesn't snow, Lambo all day. Now, I can't think of another SUV that delivers almost 500 horsepower and has, you know, a pretty luxurious interior for the price. I don't think we can compare Range Rover, because Range Rovers, you know, have a hell of a lot of issues compared to the SRT. These SRTs, the WK2 facelifts, the 2017s and up, are absolutely solid vehicles. I know in the past they've had some issues, but this vehicle is an absolute tank. I don't think we can compare the Ford Explorer. I think it's the ST model with 400 horsepower, because you don't really think of Ford when it comes to, you know, an SUV with lots of power. Honestly, when it comes to SRT, they've made this vehicle absolutely iconic. When you think of muscle SUVs, the only one that really comes up is the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT and the Trackhawk. So there is number 2. This vehicle is the absolute Perfect vehicle when it comes to price for performance. I'll show you what we got under the hood. It's really dirty, so excuse that, but let's go take a look. So I really got to clean my engine here. That intake is super dirty. But here we have a 6.4 liter naturally aspirated V8 Hemi with 475 horsepower and 470 foot-pounds of torque. Now, if you want, you can get the upgraded model of the Jeep Grand Cherokee. That is the Trackhawk. The Trackhawk has a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 with 707 horsepower and 700 foot-pounds of torque. Now we're going to start it up. We're going to go on a drive, and I'm going to talk about the third reason why this is the absolute best daily driver on sale today. You hear that? Holy moly, I never get sick of that. You know, it kind of reminds me of the AMGs because the AMGs are just so deep and throaty. But if you haven't checked out my previous video, I think we're gonna lose that just because everything is going to electric. I know the new C63 AMG is now an inline 4, you know, which is kind of disappointing, but I really hope, you know, SRTs don't come to that point. So driving the Grand Cherokee SRT, the third reason why this is the absolute best daily driver on sale today is because of its practicality. We have 5 seats, we have a roof rack, we have all-wheel drive, we have sport mode, track mode, snow mode, and tow mode. Like, what kind of vehicle has launch mode and snow mode? There's not too many vehicles out there that have that. That just shows you the diversity of what this vehicle can actually do. You know, if you really want, you can pick the kids up from school, throw their soccer gear in the back, take them to practice, go get groceries, hit the road, go on a road trip, and then come back and head right to the drag strip and put this bad boy in launch mode. Like I said, for the price, obviously you can do that with like a GLE 63 or an X6 competition, X6M competition, but then you're upwards of like $150,000, $160,000. So this vehicle for $90,000 is one of the best bangs for your buck. You know, if you want, you can throw the whole squad in the back. We got 3 seats in the back. You know, in the winter time, this vehicle handles so perfectly. You throw it in snow mode, you put some studded tires on it, and honestly, this thing's a tank in the winter time. And that kind of brings me to my fourth reason this is the ultimate daily driver is no matter what season you're in, if you're in winter time, you're in summertime, you know, you live in the desert and you want to take this thing off-roading, you can do it all. And that's why I honestly bought the vehicle. I live in Canada and it snows for about 6 or 7 months out of the year and the roads get very icy. So this vehicle is the perfect middle ground for, you know, a summer driver, you know, a summer cruiser that, you know, can go fast, you can cruise in, it's a nice drive. And then in the winter time, it can plow through the snow and you have no issues. Now, the fifth reason this is the ultimate daily driver is because of its performance. Like I've said previously in the video, this has a 6.4 liter naturally aspirated V8 Hemi. Like I said, 475 horsepower, launches you from 0 to 60 in just 4.4 seconds and can do the quarter mile in around 13 seconds. So I'm gonna toss it into sport mode and give you guys a quick pull and show you, you know, if I can capture it, just how fast it is, and you can sound just how, and you can see just how good it actually sounds. Okay, so we are in sport mode, and here's exactly why I absolutely love this vehicle. We're gonna do a little pull, and I'm gonna show you exactly what this thing has. You can also throw the vehicle into manual mode and use the paddle shifters to, you know, shift. You can see just how quick it actually pulls. Now, this vehicle is kind of jerky when you are in sport mode and in manual mode, but that's kind of expected, you know, anytime you're in manual mode in a vehicle and it doesn't have a dual clutch. But it drives really smooth. You know, if you just have it in auto mode, you're just cruising, it drives really smooth, just like a luxury Grand Cherokee, like the Summit. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like the Grand Cherokee SRT? Let me know down below. But that's gonna finish off the video for today. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It really helps me out, guys. And we'll see you in the next one. Full Send SRT, signing off. Peace.